and welcome to another video looking at Warhammer 40,000's upcoming 8th edition. In this video we're going to focus on Battle Forged Armies, data slates, and the points and power levels. So what we're going to do is take a brief look through the articles that GW have put out on the Warhammer community site. I'll give my interpretation of them like we have in the previous preview videos, and we'll get right into it. So first up we will look at the Battle Forged Armies. So as we can see, there's, some big things, the biggest of which, puff of smoke, because we have the new Games Workshop's awesome social media team. Formations are gone. This is a really interesting change. Obviously, when they were introduced originally, it was a nice structured way of creating the game, but as the different kinds of armies and new books have come out, it does kind of skew stuff. So we have a battlefield roles, which are familiar to most people. As it says in the article, HQ, troops, elites, fast attack, heavy support, dedicated transports, flyers, fortifications, and lords of war. Then we have some detachment restrictions. So what I'm going to do is just pull them up one by one. So we have a patrol detachment, which is the first one we talk about, and obviously as you can see you need a minimum of 1 HQ and a minimum of 1 troop choice. Then you have 2 remaining troop choices open to you, 0 to 2 elites, 0 to 2 fast attack, 0 to 2 heavy support, 0 to 2 flyers, 0 lords of war, 0 fortifications, because they're not on there, so you can't take them. They do talk about the command benefits, which are going to be command points, which we don't know about yet, so I can't talk too much, but we'll get there. And basically the restrictions for a list is obviously we must all come from the same faction, which we're going to cover as we get onto data slates, but effectively if you're fielding a unit of Dark Angels, it will have a Dark Angels keyword. In the same way that anyone familiar with Age of Sigmar, they have Stormcast Eternal keyword on the Stormcast, blah blah blah, pretty simple. But it just gives you a good, simple way of making the army lists, and it's nice and clean. Then we get into the battalion detachment, which just magnifies it further. You now need 2 HQs and 3 troop choices, and you go along there, but you do get 3 command points. Then the brigade gives you a crap ton of troops, 3 HQ minimum, 3 elite minimum, 3 fast attack minimum, 3 heavy support minimum, a lot of command points, plus 9, and same thing for dedicated transports, that you may include 1 for each other choice. And there we go. They do come with other variations, but we've just not been shown them yet. And the main thing to obviously look at is this bit here, that they can be used with or without points, and that they're expected that this is what we'll use for match play. So this is where the basically the focus of most people's gaming is going to be matched play, but nothing wrong with the other types, just bear with us. Then we get onto data slates. So this is pretty basic stuff. It's basically the army book entry, and this is what you're going to use for all of your rules to play the game. So we have up here, it's obviously they're a troop unit. They have a power level of 8, which we'll come to momentarily. The name of the unit, stat lines, so rubric marines and sorcerers, all the same stuff. This is relatively interesting, just if you wanted to do a quick power level thing. It does have the points values down here. The armaments, what all the weapons do, blah blah blah. And if you remember in the psychic phase that we discussed a couple of videos back, it said that they can cast all of the powers listed on the card. So it goes through here. You know, smite, when an aspiring sorcerer manifests smite, he inflicts 1 mortal wound instead of D3. There you go. And just tones it down a little bit. Then the other abilities, so we have Favoured of Tzeentch with 5 up invulnerable, always dust. Add 1 to a saving throw of rubric marines if the attack has the damage characteristic of 1. So, pretty good. And there we go, pretty simple. That's what the data slates will look like. This is what we're discussing here. Faction keywords: Chaos, Tzeentch, Heretic, Astartes, and Thousand Suns. So if you were doing a Thousand Sun detachment, you could put these in. If you were doing a Tzeentch detachment, you can put them in. So it opens up the army building quite a lot. We can really get back to doing like Lost in the Dam style armies, as well as Legion specific armies. So there's loads of fun things in here. And now we look at the power level, which we'll go on to in the next part of the video. It talks about, where has it gone? I think it's in the points level. Yeah, okay, we're just going to jump ahead to the next one now, which was points and power levels. So we'll probably bounce back and forth between those two pages. But the first thing we look at is on the data slates, they had that power level in the top up here. And that says it's a quick and dirty way. Obviously they don't use dirty, that's all me. But it's all this bit here. Power level's a quick, rough balancing way. If you turn up to your gaming store, I want to have a quick game of 40k. What power level do you want to play? 50? Yeah, no worries. Bang, bang, bang. Done. Really easy, simple. Gets your stuff on the table. Gets you playing really quick. And just, it's good. It's a good, rough balancing tool. And that's all we're selling it as. Then we come on to the actual points costs, which they go into a little bit of detail of. So a tactical marine costs 13 points. You'll notice that that's the same as what a tactical marine costs now, if you break it down. So it's good. It gives you the different points for the upgrades, and this is what's pretty interesting. With faster player times, most games we're expecting match player games of a couple of hours to sit around the 2,000 points mark. So what I'm reading into this is that's where they're balancing their game at. And back to when 40k first came out, I believe, or when they first transitioned into 3rd and 4th edition, it was balanced around 1,500 points. Now they've accepted that people play bigger games. 2,000 points looks to be the level they're aiming this balance to be at. Another extremely interesting thing I wanted to cover, really important, is this bit here. So the points for units don't appear on the data sheet, but will be available elsewhere in the same book. This is because you don't need them to play if you don't want, which frees up room for including more rules for weapons on the datasheet. It also means in the future, points for units could change without invalidating existing books. So if one unit or weapon starts to dominate tournaments, or certain units don't seem to be carrying their weight in competitive games, we can address the balance. So let this bit sink in. They're going to be looking at tournament results and rebalancing the points cost of units based on those results. This is huge. We're still talking about Games Workshop. This is monumentally groundbreaking, stupendously awesome. Cannot describe how important this sentence is, guys. This is so, so good that they are thinking about this in advance before this edition comes out. It's flabbergasting. So really cool stuff. I don't want to go too deep on that one, but we can jump back into a little bit I missed. So yeah, this was also relatively important. If you're doing any summoning, you have to allocate points to it, but it doesn't specify what you're summoning, so you have a summoning pool of points to spend and then can react. So it talks about maybe needing something to hold ground compared to summoning a fast combat unit instead. So that's pretty interesting as well. But this is the really nice part of the current articles. Just that bit is everything we've been waiting for. And that's it. That is Battle Forged Armies replacing all the formations. Data slates being introduced, which I've expected since we've moved more towards that Age of Sigmar gaming. Nothing surprising in there, other than the inclusion of that power level shenanigans, which is really nice, just rough balancing, which is good to see on those data slates for fast and dirty pickup games. But then points and power levels, that article is amazing. Good job already, really exciting. So let's get this going, and I'm getting more and more excited for 40k 8th edition every day. Loving doing these videos, and thanks for watching everyone. I'll see you on the next one.